Good everyone. Just chilling here with Dad. My night. What he did? My night nurse. Dad stays with me overnight, and Alice she stays with me during the day. I'm sure you guys all seen the news now that my super season's over. I thought I'd give you a bit of a rundown on kind of what's been happening the last few weeks. When did it start? Right back to when I got my suspension against the Chiefs. I got suspended for 3 weeks. The Tuesday training after that, I had a full day of training, good day of training, and come home with a bit of a sore back. Thought not much of it because, as a prop, you get a sore back every now and then, but so I came home, told Mumsy I had a sore back, and went into see Rochi, our physio, the next day, and kind of told him what I was feeling. And at the time, they kind of said that it was just a sprained back. So we started treatment, and over the next few days, just getting medication on board to help with the sore back and try to reactivate treatment, rehab, doing all the things that you do when you get a sprained back. Heading towards the end of the week, the boys went up to play the Blues, and my back started getting really sore after every session I'd done. I'd wake up, go into rugby park, do my rehab, and go home sorer than what I was when I woke up. So I let our doc know and started getting on a bit stronger pain relief to, I guess, relieve the pain and help me sleep. Over the weekend, things kept getting a bit worse, and I was starting to lose sleep. My back was starting to be sore more often, and to be honest, at the time, I still thought that it was just a sprained back, and that's kind of how it was. So coming into the new week, I let the physios and the doctor know that I'm getting a bit more sore, and I felt like it wasn't healing. So I had a bit of a rest and started going to the pool, sit in the spa, try to help relieve the back. But when I left the pool, I just my back just kept getting more sore, and at this point I started to rely on pain relief. At this point in time, it was probably 7 days later. I started letting the team know that I'm getting really, really sore. My back's not improving. So then, me being me, I was like, it'll be all good. Just let the painkillers do the work. And then by this time, it was about midweek. This is 2 weeks ago now, midweek, and I come home from one of my rehab sessions, and I was in about an 8 out of 10 pain. I couldn't sit down anywhere. I had to try to walk around. I was trying to do everything I could, have my back warmer, take the pain medication, try to have naps. That night, I remember, I couldn't get to sleep, so I'd take my pain medication and I'll sleep for a couple of hours and I'll wake up again. At night, not sleeping all the way through the night, but I felt like I was getting a little bit better. So moving forward, I woke up the next day and everything was just a whole lot worse. I felt like I was back to square one, if not worse. My pain was getting a lot worse, so my doctor said to me, I got to go get some blood tests, and my infection markers had come back a bit raised, so it raised some concern for my doctor. So he sent me into ED to get some follow-up blood tests and see what they think here in hospital. The weird thing was when they repeated my bloods in hospital, they my infection markers had come down, and so long story short, they released me from ED and sent me home. So the team at the Crusaders booked me a specialist appointment for my back the next day, which was a Friday. The next day, and so I woke up. I was in so much pain, and I was so confused what was happening. I drove from where I live across town to Cashmere Hills, which is about 20 minutes to see the specialist, 8 o'clock in the morning. And then when I was at the specialist, I could just feel things getting a whole lot worse. So I pretty much rushed the appointment, jumped back in my car, and this pain was about, at this point, like a 9 out of 10. Like a 9 out of 10 pain for me is pretty crippling. So I had to drive my car all the way back home in so much pain. I got home and I just couldn't get comfortable anywhere. I couldn't walk properly. I feel like the pain just went through the roof. I actually ran out of painkillers, so yeah, it was, looking back, it was a hard day. I was in so much pain, I started kind of scaring Kaya, and because I was rolling around in the bed and she didn't know what was going on, so I asked Alice to take her out and, you know, do an activity with her so she can't see me in so much pain. Alice hadn't seen me in this much pain before, so she was trying to get me to go to the hospital, but me being me, I didn't want to go back to the hospital because I guess looking back now, I was worried about there could be something more going on than a sprained back. My auntie was at the house at the time, and she was worried about me, so Alice grabbed my phone and called my team doctor. And said, you know, this is the most pain I've seen times in, and I was rolling around in the bed. I couldn't get comfortable. I was pretty much screaming in pain at this point, 10 out of 10 pain. So lucky my auntie was there. She went up to the pharmacy. My doctor prescribed me some really strong medication, and she came back and gave that to me. This was all happening in a couple of hours, and even the strong pain medication wasn't doing much. So at this point, I was still arguing with Alice, saying I don't want to go to hospital. You know, it'll come right. All these things, but in the end, my doctor at the Crusaders made me go to the GP. So I agreed to go to the GP, and as soon as I got there, she told me I had to go to hospital. I looked sick. I was in so much pain, especially being under a lot of pain medication. Everything wasn't making sense. So I come into hospital. She referred me to hospital. I come in, they done tests, and put me on stronger pain medication just to kind of help me rest in hospital. And the next day is when the doctors got me to do a CAT scan, pretty much scanning my body for infection, and I went and done an MRI to see what was going on with my back, and this is when they found the infection in my disc. And then I hadn't been to the toilet for 5 days, which was making the pain worse. At this point, I was pretty much bedridden. I couldn't really get out of bed. I needed full help from my family, and this is when I kind of started to let my mates know. So, what am I, day 9 in the hospital? I probably let everyone know about day 5. When I was at my worst, my parents flew down and my in-laws come up because of how serious, how sick I was, or I am. But now I feel like I've turned a bit of a corner. They've found the right antibiotic. It's a pretty strong antibiotic. So I guess I'm not too sure when I'll get out of here, but I'll just take it day by day. And another thing that's going to make the recovery so long is when I go home, I have to be on antibiotics for 6 weeks at home after I leave the hospital through this line here called a PIC line that runs ahead down into one of my main arteries. So yeah, the emotions at the moment are pretty gutted. I feel like I worked really hard over the off season and had a really good off season this year. Come back in a good state and was ready to have a big year of rugby, but obviously health comes first, and there will be ups and downs on the way. But yeah, it's just a hurdle along the way. So we'll keep pushing, and yeah, we'll get back healthy, then start again, I guess. And another thing I want to touch on is probably all the support from our close circle and everyone who does know that I've been in hospital for a while now. I've had family drop off, cook meals, drop food off home, drop in and just sit with me while I can't leave the hospital. Close family friends that just, help out with baby. Mum and dad help out with baby. Help Alice be here, and we got a lot of support around. So something else that you get to sit here in the bed all day and I guess reflect and think, and all the nurses, doctors, cleaners, everyone around the hospital has been pretty unreal. Just the help and the genuine care that they had for me, and to help me get get healthy. So these people don't really get acknowledged much, but it's not to put in the situation when you really appreciate the things and the things people do. These people care a lot about their job and a lot about the people. So big thanks to the medical team and everyone at the hospital. A few soldiers in my household. Obviously my sister lives with me now, so she's been holding it down, helping look after baby Kaya. It'll be a hard time for her seeing dad and so much. She's been more confused, She's been more confused in why is dad not at home, and why can't dad take me to the park or pool. And she doesn't really like hospitals, so she pops in twice a day to just say hello. My sister's been holding it down at home. It's good to hear that she's doing washing and cleaning. But yeah, she's really been, I guess, stepped up in supporting me and Alice. But yeah, last but definitely not least, Alice. It'll be tough on her, seeing me in so much pain, but I was getting emotional, so I had to cut it off. Last but not least, Alice. She's been my rock, so she's been holding it down for everyone, staying strong. So yeah, love you, babe. Yeah, I guess that's the background of the story of why I'm so sick. Keen to bring you fellas along on the journey and my road to recovery, because the weird thing is it's not an injury and it's like my knee last year. It's not get a surgery, do rehab, and then you're back on the field. This is health related, so I guess we just got to take it day by day and let the antibiotics do the work and let the man above do the work. I'm grateful for the support I have here, but yeah, I'll keep vlogging and keep you guys posted as much as I can, and cheers.